Welcome, students, as we prepare for another episode of DC Graduates. I am one of your hosts, your doctor recommended dose of nerdiness, aka your nerd today, Carlos Rodriguez. And as always, I am joined by my fellow teacher in arms, Sly. Sly, how are you doing?
I'm fabulous. We are, on another level tonight. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yep.
Just strap in and enjoy the chaos.
Oh yeah, this is all chaos. We're talking about what? One, two, three, four
Four.
different movies.
Yep.
The shorts, but still. We were all in one. And spoiler for our history class, it is streaming somewhere. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we're titling this episode DC Showcase because when DC was coming out with a bunch of Blu-rays, movies and stuff, straight to video, a lot that we've covered already, they started doing these little shorts to either feature a special character, kind of play off some other themes that something you wouldn't normally see. Um, my favorite thing about this, and it's a little teaser for a bonus episode between season 2 and 3, is while you and me, Sly, were looking these up, we found out there's like a bunch more than the ones we thought there were. So I can't wait. I can't wait to
Yeah.
cover the other ones. I saw
I
some
get
fun
to
ones in that one.
recount our spreadsheet all over again. I
Yep.
love adjusting our
Yep.
episode counts. It's
Oh yeah,
fine.
it's fine. It's not like more movies are coming out constantly in DC's lineup. God forbid.
Constantly.
And I think next month we have another show we have to cover. I forgot about Creature Commandos. Well,
Shows.
because Mario's gonna eventually say, "Hey guys, we should cover this," especially since
Yeah. We'll
it's the
figure
first
it
thing in
out.
the new DC universe. But that's for next time. And I'll say right here, we'll wait till the whole season is done, and we'll just cover it as one whole season. But today we are again talking about DC Showcase. We're calling part 1 of 3, because again in our in our research we're
Spoiler
like, oh
alert
shit, there's
for
so much. There's so many of these. Who knew? Certainly not I, because it's hard to find these. Um, Host history is going to be funny on this because for me, I've seen all of these, but it's because I've owned pretty much all these Blu-rays at one point. In my time owning physical media back in the day. What about you, Sly? Was this your first time watching these showcases?
I've never been huge on owning physical media. Like
Same.
once we got out of the uh portable DVD player on road trips era of our lives and technology, most of the stuff I've watched has always been streaming. So these were all new to me, I think, except for Jonah Hex, I think was the only one
Hmm.
that I was like, "Oh, this
Okay.
is familiar." Um, but yeah, most all of these shorts are pretty much all new to me.
Yeah, for me, I've seen all of them at least once. Green Arrow, I've probably seen like a handful of times. I absolutely love this one. And I can't wait to talk about it. But that's one I
We'll get
constantly go
into
back
it.
to. And thank God, because it's also, again, we have a streaming platform you can watch it, but it's also on YouTube. You can just literally watch that specific short. It's really good. Um, so let's move on. This is directed by Joaquim Dos Santos, written
Did
by,
all four.
yeah, he did all four. And they all have a very distinct art style, themes, really good. Like Joaquin did a really good job directing all four of these, and they all make a compelling reason to like expand. Like they never do, but like I wouldn't mind if they did.
Right.
But we have it's written by Michael Jelenic, Steve Niles, Greg Weisman, who worked on. This is a fun fact for me because I love Greg Weisman's work. He's very underrated. Like when you think about animation, he created
Mhm.
and was one of the people on the seminal show when I was growing up, Gargoyles, Disney's
Hmm.
Gargoyles. Have you ever heard of this, Lie?
Oh, I've heard of
Yeah,
it. I don't
yeah.
know if I can tell you anything about it, but I remember
No,
it
that's fine.
being a thing.
I believe for the people who like the books that people have sex with monsters. Not gonna name names. Might have been a sexual awakening. Goliath might have been that
Okay.
guy. You know. Not gonna. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna name names. Not gonna
Monster
name names.
fuckers love gargoyles. Good to know.
Start with an F. Maybe starts with a T. Who knows? Um, just who
Calling
knows?
them straight out tonight.
Yeah, they don't watch the show. She's asleep.
That's fine.
And finally, written by Joe R. Lansdale. Sorry, I said landslide. I don't know why. My life is a landslide.
Close enough.
Yes. Studios are W Animation with a special shout out for Moy Animation Studio for the Spectre. And stars, we have a lot, but let's
I
we're
only
gonna
did the top 3 build per short.
that
So
is
there's a
very
lot
fair.
more and a lot of people who we've seen throughout but I was like, we have 4 shorts, you're just getting the
Yeah,
top
it's
3
too
build for
much.
all of
It's
them.
too much. So yeah, at least for the short where it's Superman Shazam, we have Zach Callison. I believe that's the mentioned name. Who my touch point for him is Steven Universe. He's Steven Universe.
Okay.
Love that show. Emotionally distraught in Steven Universe future. If you have depression, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to open that wound, but that'll fuck you up. James Garner and Josh Keaton. For the Spectre, we have Gary Cole, which is we're talking about Gary Cole. This dude's like a comedic master. Like this dude's like in a bunch of comedic movies, very good. He's in some serious stuff every once in a while, but he's mainly known for a lot of his comedic roles, and he does such a good job in this as the Spectre. So good. Alyssa Milano and Jeff Bennett for that one. For Green Arrow, we have Neil McDonough, one of my favorite actors out there. He's very underrated. Malcolm McDowell and Steve Blum. And finally, for Jonah Hex, we have Thomas Jane, the Punisher himself, from your favorite Punisher movie. The original Muscle
Don't
Mommy.
put that on me.
Oh, no, that's on you and Mario. You know what Mario said before? Actually, he owns a 4K Blu-ray, doesn't he? He's the problem here. He's the problem here.
He is the problem.
Good
I will
soundtrack.
say I do love the Punisher the Netflix show.
Listen, I'd like the Ray Stevenson one too. It's
Was that the 2008 one?
yeah, the Wars.
Yeah, that one was fine. We enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
Liked that one.
yeah, you guys actually did.
Spoilers for MC University.
Yeah, MC University. Yeah, if you like Thomas Jane's Punisher, don't watch that episode. Don't watch that episode. You're gonna be angry. I think I was typing. I was like the angry cat on the internet when you guys were talking. Like, it's an okay movie. The soundtrack's really good.
The soundtrack was the only good thing in that movie.
Yep, and Kevin Nash. We also have what I'm gonna call the original Muscle Mommy herself, Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, fame, and Jason Marsden, who's a seminal voice actor, does a lot. He's Max Goof. He did a bunch of shit. He's
I think
Bart
he was
Allen.
also in some previous ones, but he didn't get top billed for them.
Hey, yeah, he's always like, hey man, Jason, we need you for a role. I got you, man. No problem. I'm already in the booth. Why not? All right, so
Does he leave the booth? Who knows?
yeah, I think he lives in the booth. It's like Booth and Khan. That's it. I don't know how he got married, but I think like a fan broke him out. Like he's like, I have a crush on you. I'm an adult. Let's get out. He's like, all right, fine. I'll marry you. This is gonna be such a shit show. This is great. I love it already.
One. We're having a
No
great
alcohol
time.
is involved.
I
by the
hope
way.
you, listener, are also having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
No, we are alcohol free tonight. This is just
Water.
we're raw dogging life.
Legitimately, this is water. I'm so dehydrated. Sly, hit us with the plot recap.
You can stream this on Tubi.
Yes,
I'm sorry. You can also stream this various places on the internet. When Carlos said you couldn't find it as a movie, I found all of the shorts individually, and then you said, never mind, it's on Tubi.
Yeah, after you did all this work. I was like, hey, forget about it. It's fine. It's on Tubi. They're just commercials, but it's fine. Thanks, Tubi. Okay.
Thanks, Tubi. I'll have a story about Tubi next episode, but you'll have to wait a week for that one. Our plot recap. We've got 4 of them. They're not great. Number 1. Superman finds a foe who may be too powerful even for him to defeat in the murderous Black Adam. Fortunately, Black Adam's real target is Earth's mightiest mortal, Captain Marvel. Number 2, as Detective Jim Corrigan investigates a murder, the Spectre delivers horrific justice to the perpetuators. I can talk. Number 3, at an airport, the Emerald Archer must protect a young princess from the assassin. Dun dun dun. Number 4, when a ruthless brothel madam murders Jonah Hex's current quarry, the disfigured bounty hunter. Okay, that was out of pocket. Plans to make her pay.
Yeah, Jesus. Like it was just like the ugly man. It was like, all right, Jesus, calm down, calm
Ugly
down.
ass disfigured man. Listen, we all love Jonah Hex. He has a certain popularity.
He's the only Confederate that we stand. Well, he left. He left the Confederacy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it might be hit. What? No, is John Carter those books? Is he a Confederate or is he a Union? I always forget. Yeah, I know it's a deep cut. No, also no one saw that movie except for me. God, that movie was good though. But it's not a Disney podcast. Hit us with those comic book characters.
We've got lots of them. We've got
Mhm.
Jim Corrigan and the Spectre. We've got Jonah Hex, Green Arrow, Merlin, Count Vertigo, Black Canary, my girl, Superman, Shazam, Black Adam, and Tawny the Tiger.
Yep, Tawny the Talking Tiger.
All
That's a
right.
deep cut if you want to know any. All right, so before we get into the episode proper, as always, we like to shout out Andrea Romano, the seminal voice director, and who would not be here without her work. Um, so for the roundup this week, because I rewatching these was like, God damn, these are really good. They're
Uh huh.
short, they're sweet, they're amazing. Why did DC stop?
The question, why did DC stop? Very funny. Because when
Because
I
they did
look
it.
at the rest of okay, this is 2010, all right? Later this year we also get Catwoman. We're
Mhm.
not covering that today. We'll get to it. And then 2019 they came out with one, two, three, four. And then between 2021 and 2022, we've got one, two, three, four more. So there's 9 more shorts to come. Why did they stop? They didn't.
Yeah, yeah. They're just really bad at promoting these. Because
Really bad at promoting them. It's okay. We'll do your job for you.
yeah, that's what we're here, David Zasloff. Go fuck yourself. There we go. We fit it in at the last second.
We got it.
But honestly, though, these are really, really good, and I was like really pleasantly surprised rewatching a lot of these. I was like, I wondered, like, I have a really soft spot for the Green Arrow one because I love the
Mhm.
character, and it's really cool to see him done really well. And it's funny because I have some trivia for that. No questions, just I have random like trivia for that kind of leads into
I
one of
love
my favorite
trivia.
shows. But um, just looking at all these again, Joaquin had a different art style for each of them, a different feel. They're all short. They're all sweet. They do not play with
The
your time,
longest is Superman's Shazam,
and that one
Return
kind
of
of makes
Black Adam, which
yeah, that kind of makes sense too.
it makes sense. Also, that's a horrific title. There's too many words in that.
So
But
much.
it comes in at like a 22-minute runtime. And the rest are like 10 to 13 minutes each. It is a
Yeah.
beautiful. I love a short. Like
Mm-hmm.
going to film festivals, I like one of my favorite things is seeing how people tell compelling narratives in like 10 to 15 minutes. I eat that shit up. And so to get 4 really high quality shorts that tell really compelling stories, all of them were greatly enjoyable. It was just such a joy.
Yeah, and it does the job that I love out of shorts or like when we do anthologies, like we mentioned before, with like the Green Arrow, the Green Lantern one, or like some of the ones outside of like our show, like I mentioned VHS and stuff. It's always stuff I want more of, right? Like I want more of this world. That's always a sign of a good short. That like at the end of it, I'm like, fuck, I want to see like give me another one of specifically where we're at
Mhm.
in the world, like of this show, of like of Green Arrow, of like give me a Black Canary one with this Black Canary, things like that.
Right.
And We actually kind of get that in Green Arrow, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But every one of them, I think, I was really shocked that Joaquin did it when I was doing the research as well, because again, the Spectre feels like a '70s horror like grindhouse. It's got like the music, it's got the film popping and everything. Jonah Hex straight up, obviously, it's in the Wild West, but feels like a western, like a really gritty western. Green Arrow's that typical comic book, like very straightforward, very comic booky, Justice League episode almost. And then Superman Shazam, the long ass title, The Return of Black Adam. It feels like a very cool crossover that you would get with like Superman and Batman. Oh, sorry, Superman and Shazam teaming up next episode. I agree though. I think that it should just be Superman Shazam. That's a perfect title.
Mm-hmm.
Adding the Return of Black Adam, not necessary. But like anything with the Black Adam, for some reason, he just forces his way through it. Whether it's The
I will
Rock
say,
or DC.
real. One of my favorite conventions about titling in
Mhm.
the next, like this episode and the 2 episodes after it, is a fandom convention when talking about like relationships. Is you have like an ampersand for like platonic or like familial relationships,
Mm-hmm.
and then usually you have a slash for like sexual or romantic relationships. And for them to have this titled Superman slash Shazam, it makes me giggle a little bit every time.
Oh, it's gonna be funny for the next one.
The
bring
next one especially.
bring that fact back up in the next episode.
I will.
But yeah, I mean these are all really good. But let's get into them properly. Where
Yeah.
so I'll take it up to you. Where do you want to start with?
Well, we can go in order that we watched the at least that I watched them, or we can start with Green Arrow because you've been loving on it so much.
I have been loving. Let's start with Green Arrow. Let's start with that. Again, I
All right.
believe, it's funny because when I saw Greg Weisman, in the writing credits, this had to be him, 100%, because this basically is a test bench for Young Justice. Um, the plot point that we have in Green Arrow of him saving, was it Vladova? Is that the name of the country,
Uh
the queen, the new queen?
oh, I just called her Princess.
Yeah,
Let me check the credits real quick. I currently have so many IMDb pages pulled up right now, you would not believe.
that's where all your your RAM is going to. This is all of IMDb.
Oh, yeah, all of it. Do, 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 it's Princess Perdita of what country are you from? I don't know. Keep talking. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, no, I forget because this is a big plot point in Young Justice. Count Vertigo plays a big part in that this plot of an assassination attempt or an assassination and a coup, basically, or almost coup, is a big plot point for it. Um, Ali actually plays a big part in Young Justice. Dinah plays a big part in Young Justice. Ali has his, well, we have Speedy and Artemis, in Young
We'll
Justice.
get there.
Yeah. And they are big plot points. They're main characters as well. Like Artemis is a main character. Dinah is a counselor to the team of the Young Justice. Um, and a lot of the
Vladova.
art style, flat about, yeah, and a lot of the art style is basically what you would go to see if you're gonna eventually see Young Justice, which I highly recommend. One of my favorite shows ever.
Oh yeah, no, I loved Young Justice.
Hmm.
Um, and then they like brought it back and it got weird. Anyways, but I genuinely enjoyed Young Justice so much. I was so
Hmm.
excited
No,
every
I
time we
agree.
got anything from them. But yeah, no, this short is excellent. But before we dive into like the content and like the meat of it, I do have to air my grievances with Green Arrow as a character.
Hmm. Okay.
So listen, I became a very accidental Hawkeye stan. Like there was zero intention. I kind of got peer pressured into it because somebody once called me a Hawkeye like expert, and then I said, I know nothing about that man. I now have to learn everything there is to know. I kind of fell in love with the character along the way. So that's one knock against Green Arrow. The second is I am a huge Roy Harper stan. That is my boy.
We love our
I
broken
love
white
him
boys.
so much.
Mm-hmm.
I love my broken white boys. But you know who does not love Roy Harper? Oliver Queen.
Oliver Queen does not give a fuck about
And
Roy
I
Harper.
can't forgive him for that.
If your
Every
name's
time that man shows his
Mia,
face,
if your name is, he barely gives a shit about his own son, Connor Hawk. He,
he
you know,
doesn't.
Ollie, he is a very
Bad dad.
flawed man. Yeah, he's a bad dad. He like, let's say like everyone knocks on Batman for being a bad dad. No, Ollie's a bad dad. Ollie's 100% a bad dad. Like he, without a shadow of a doubt, is like one of the worst fathers in DC universe. It's fun. We can make fun of it. Don't get me wrong. But if it wasn't for Dinah, like that family would not like function.
Really
She pulls the weight.
doing so much work the whole time. And like she keeps everybody together. But yeah, no, like this man is being very cute with this small child. And I was like, yeah, but you kick your kid out of the house at 16 because he has a drug problem instead of trying to help him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care how cute you are with this kid.
Not very liberal of you. Hey, Ollie. Yeah, why don't you take him to rehab with all the fucking money you got, Oliver Queen? But I will say, listen, this is gonna sound very, very shitty, right? Because a lot of people love this, and I generally like it. This Ollie, I will take over the Stephen Amell Oliver, and
Yeah.
that's no knock against Stephen Amell. I think he just never was given the Ollie we ever wanted, right? This is the Ollie I want. This is the I want a wisecracking, kind of aloof, kind of like, yeah, he's a hero, but like he could do better.
This is like the Oliver I grew up with. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up watching like the animated movies and the TV shows, and like this is what we get from him. And then we get this like more like grounded, kind of darker, grittier version, and that makes sense. CW, it's kind of what like they do. They try to make it like edgy or whatever. Um but he wasn't given the chance to be Oliver Queen. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't the levity, there wasn't the comedy of the character. And every time I say that character's name, I think I'm going to accidentally say Oliver Stark. So if I do, just we're ignoring it and moving on, okay?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's a thing, right? Because I especially, it's egregious when you watch. If you're a Ninja Turtles fan, and I know we're eventually gonna have a Ninja Turtles episode because that does cross over to DC.
Oh yeah.
And with a really good friend of mine, Johnson, is lovely. Follow on TikTok. Um, there is a Ninja Turtles movie called TMNT2 Out of the Shadows. It's one of the Michael Bay produced ones, unfortunately. And technically, the movie it's actually not bad. Their design is fucking weird. I don't know why they show Megan Fox turning, dressed up as a sexy schoolgirl. It's Michael Bay and Megan Fox. For some reason, she's always like in some kind of scantily clad thing. Um, but that all aside, Stephen Amell's in the movie as Casey Jones, and despite being a cop, which is a weird flex because Casey would never be a cop. Casey, I'm not saying this. Casey Jones would be a cab for life. Ain't no way Casey Jones is supporting cops. He'd first punch a cop before even helping one. I think that's how much of a vigilante
Yeah.
Casey Jones is. He's like, I'll do your job better than you, motherfucker, with a mask on.
Yeah. Valid.
But Stephen Amell cracks jokes the whole time. He smiles the whole time. He looks like he's having fun in the movie. And I'm like, where was this in the CW?
Right.
And it's not Steven's fault. Like, a lot of people shit on him, and he's a little weirdo with like the actor strike and stuff like that. But I think he just never got the chance. And when you see other shows, and it's funny enough because I'm wearing my Supernatural shirt. Supernatural is able to, especially on the CW. I guess maybe because it came from WB first, and then they're kind of pigeonholed like, we're too popular. You cannot cancel us. We'll cancel ourselves. CW. All right, 15 years sounds good. I think we're done. um,
Yeah, we're gonna have them basically be married and then send them to super hell. It's fine.
yeah. Oh god, yeah, they really did. But when you have something like Supernatural that can toe the line of very, very grim stuff, because like, of course, they're dealing with monsters, some gruesome shit in those monster episodes, a lot of family drama. Of course, Sam and Dean lying to each other always every season. So you have all that, and at the same time, you can get some very, very good comedic performances out of the Jensen and Jared and Misha and all the other cast. It's very interesting that like the Arrowverse wasn't really given that chance. So like when you see Green Arrow, yeah, he's a little more serious than maybe Barry would be, but he's not
Yeah.
that serious compared to Bruce. You know.
Right.
Also, he's supposed to be like just kind of constantly quipping. Like he almost got ADHD. Like he can't shut the fuck up, and that's all he just needs to do is shut the fuck up.
I think he doesn't have ADHD. That
Uh,
is
Not CW.
ADHD. That's okay. Not the
Comic
CW
book
version.
Arrow,
Correct. Yeah.
100% does. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Uh huh.
100%. Yeah, he's lucky that he does not get punched in the face more often. But there's so many good
Truly.
lines here, and then Neil McDonough does a really good job as Arrow, which is funny, because it's Neil McDonough. But
It
his
is
whole
funny.
yeah, his whole thing with Merlin, and he's like Merlin being like, "You lose every time," and she's like, "Wait, do you?" He's like, "Yeah, I've never won."
Yeah, it's great. And like the whole like plot of this episode, right? Like we get Green Arrow going to the airport to pick up Dinah. And then um there's this attack on this princess, and her evil uncle Count Vertigo hired Merlin to like take her out, and
Hmm.
there's this big fight scene. But we're getting the quips, we're getting the fun moments, we're getting the trick arrows. Um, she's like killing it, like she's throwing everything right back at him as he deserves.
Hmm.
Um, and then we get love of my life, Dinah Lance coming in to save the fucking day, as she should. And then we get the choosiest proposal I've ever seen in my
Oh
life,
my god.
which is on brand. Yeah, it was great. It was fully enjoyable. Again, like what, 13
Yeah,
minutes?
barely.
Don't
Yeah.
quote me on that. Something like that.
Good action.
12
Yeah.
minutes. I was
Oh
so
yeah.
close.
Yeah, it's got great action, great set pieces, great voice actors. Everyone hams it up. Everyone has a good time. Yeah, no, this is one of the probably my highlight of the episode, just because I go to this more often than not. Yeah, I'll pick the next one that we move on to. How about we go the horror route and talk about the Spectre, starring one Gary Cole. That's the two things that mess with me. The fact that it's Gary Cole in like a very serious role as like the spirit of vengeance within DC, and the '70s aesthetic. Man, that was just so cool. The music, the film
Aesthetic was
pop, loved it. What you think of this one?
It was really interesting. I thought the way they like really got the vibe of the character was so deeply entrenched in this, in the way it played with the aesthetic and the like environment they're interacting with. Um Also again, short runtime. This one is clocking in at 13 minutes. And it's just like a beautiful little like capsule of everything you could want from these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Um and yeah, I don't know, they're brilliant.
Yeah, no, this one's really good. I really liked all the little shout outs to different horror properties. Like we had the dummy,
Mm.
which I called Slappy in my thing because he looks like Slappy the dummy from Goosebumps. Um, the car breaking and then reforming and going after him like Christine. I think there's like werewolves and all this other stuff. Like using the film props as like the way the people die. Um, I did like, yeah, I like the little mystery of like who's the one killing people. I did enjoy that as well. But one of my favorite things is watching this thing for second or third time where I'm at now. I thought at the end of this, and I put it in my notes, I would love to see Jim Corrigan's character in Robert Pattinson's Batman universe. I think he would fit really well, especially where
Yeah.
we're at in the GCPD. A lot of corruption, you know. And it's more because we've seen a lot of Penguin. Of course, I'm like halfway through that season. It's really good, and I really enjoy Robert Pattinson's Batman movie. It does not feel like a 3 hour movie. Don't let that deter you. Just spread it out like an hour a night and watch it in 3 nights. It's perfect. It's like a little mini series. But that movie, I love it, and I think there's rumors that we're gonna play with a little more fantastical aspects than you would think that we're gonna see. Like, there's rumors that Clayface might show up in this. I think it would be really cool to just see Jim in general, because he is a GCPD officer in the comics originally, and then when he passes away, he becomes a Spectre. I don't know if you need to go full route with the Spectre, but we also just saw Jim in what was the Batman series we just covered?
Cape
Amazon.
Crusader.
Cape Crusader, yes. He was in that, and he was really well done. A really good episode, especially with him and Barbara. That episode was really well done. It'd be really cool to see him. I think he would fit, or I would like to see an interpretation of that character. Whether you want to make him like a side character alongside Bullock and Gordon and Montoya in that universe, or if you want to full out, maybe he becomes a Spectre. You can do whatever in that universe.
Give
Like,
give yourself options. Who knows?
yeah, do
Who
not
knows
be
where it
afraid to
goes?
get weird, especially in that universe. It'd be really cool to see Robert Pattinson's Batman go against, like, I don't know, Gentleman Ghost or some crazy ass shit.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Though where they're going
Um.
now, especially with Penguin, really happy with that. But yeah, that was the one
Yeah.
thing that stuck with me after watching all this, and especially the '70s. I was like, man, I just really want to see Jim Corrigan in Robert Pattinson's universe.
I really loved how they like dove into that like mystery thriller element of
hmm
it, where you're going through and you're like every time there's like a reveal, you're like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
and like again, the only negative note I had about this entire short was they don't know how gear shifts work in cars. Because you can't, they were like straight up accelerating that car and like quickly shifting. I was like,
that's
that's
not how
not how
this
that
works.
works. But
Like,
that's fine. How many people still drive a stick? Me. That's it. It's fine.
it's you and the crew from Fast and Furious.
There we go.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It was just this was one of the most fun ones I think because I was I think had the least expectations for it.
yeah.
I was
Oh
like,
my
I
god.
don't really know where they're gonna go with this. They have like a lot of options they could do, and it really stuck with me.
Yeah, especially when you have a character like the Spectre, who is, again, he's literally God's vengeance made
Right.
manifest in the DC universe. So, like, and we're talking about a Judeo-Christian God, like that kind of, like, he's like the opposite of Ghost Rider, but at the same time the same thing. And to see them kind of do a noir thing, like, he's still a detective. It's very, like, it could go as crazy as, like, I'm going to fight, the devil with the Spectre, or like, hey man, I'm just gonna stop some people who are murdering people. That's not cool. I'm gonna make them pay
Right.
in very vicious ways. Like, I'm down for any of those
Very
stories.
vicious.
Yeah, anything in between with the Spectre. I think he's so weird as a character, but it's so fun to do. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Uh, Before we get to what a lot of people consider the main star of the show, do you want to do Jonah Hex?
Immediately started out great vibes. We got
Yeah,
some ragtime playing. We're waltzing through like a very cowboy western feeling. Like you mentioned, obviously they
yeah.
were gonna go that route. It's Jonah Hex. Like what else are you gonna do with him? Um, but he approaches this like brothel house pub place where I said I support women's wrongs
Yeah,
because the lady who's running that straight up murking dudes left and right. Good for
just for
her.
cash. Yeah, it's smart.
As she should. Um, but unfortunately, she killed off his next mark or whatever, some dude he's looking for. And so they brawl, and then he gets thrown down a well, and it's fine.
I love. Yeah, it's very short, sweet. Doesn't mess with your time. There's not too much of a mystery. Like they tell you straight up who the bad guy is. Um, and I just love just the style of it, like showcasing a western like that. I immediately one of my first notes was seeing like hearing Thomas Jane as Jonah Hex was like, dude, he would work as a live action Jonah Hex as well. I know we've
Oh,
gotten that movie and Josh Brolin played him, and technically that should have worked. It didn't. A movie. Who else is in that movie? Michelle. No. Megan Fox is in that as well, and not her fault. That movie's not her fault. And Michael Fassbender, again, not his fault too. Like
oh,
two really good actors. One that like if you give her good direction is decent in her movies. Like Jennifer's Body is
mm.
really fun to watch. And she's okay as April in those Ninja Turtles movies. It's just why is she in a schoolgirl outfit? Um, I think that movie just suffers for so much, but it'd be really cool, especially because it seems like James Gunn DC universe is going super weird. It's like especially the first thing we're seeing in this new universe is Creature Commandos, and then Peacemaker. Like before we even get to Superman, you know, in this brand new universe. So I think
Choices are being made.
yeah, choices, very James Gunn choices are being made in this universe. So why not do something where you have like a live action Jonah Hex just randomly get shot through time or some stupid shit? You know, that'd be really cool. Um, Michael Rooker, speaking of James Gunn, because he's in every one of James Gunn's thing, was really good in this for his little quick cameo. He was like the target that Jonah Hex has, and as you know, you don't fuck with Jonah Hex money. That's the issue here. Um, oh yeah, I forgot to put this down. I was like, see, Harvey, you can be disfigured and not crazy. Not that Jonah is sane, but you get the point. Like you don't have to
For
go around
real.
killing everyone. You can kill bad people. Like he's like, just because he looks like this doesn't mean he's like, yeah, I'm just killing everybody. He's like, no, I want money. That's it. I'll kill people. I get money. That's all I care about, and I want to drink. um, and then the last two notes were the with the ending. Said Jonas said these hands are rated E for everyone. Because you don't care. You don't care. It could be a
It
kid.
does matter.
It could be a baby. He'd punch you in the face. You if he's getting
True.
paid, he's punching you in the face. Don't worry about it. He don't give a shit about. There's no morals with him.
I love equality.
Yeah, yeah. Equality. That's his. That's his fist. Um, and then at the end, man, what a way to die! Because
Yeah.
just the
Ouch.
smell, the being trapped in the and like that's a pitch black just around these bodies. Like she's gonna go crazy. That's an insane way to go. This was another one. This was I would say if I had to rank these, this would be the weakest one out of all the ones we watched. But that's not saying anything bad about this. This is legit so good. It's so goddamn good. Um, yeah, I really really enjoy this one. But let's touch upon the final of these shorts. This one's like more episode of a TV show. Superman Shazam: The Return of Black Adam. Again, such a long ass name for no goddamn reason. Um, Sly, what do you think about this one?
This is fun. I like how they played with. Oh, I lied. This one apparently was at a 25-minute runtime. I thought it was closer to 22, but
Yeah, so it's
that's
even
fine.
longer than an episode.
So yeah, it was about 20, 24, 25, right?
Yeah,
Runtime.
yeah. Sometimes it
Good,
depends.
close enough. Anyways, yeah, it felt like an episode of a TV show. I like that they play with the like Captain Marvel-ness of it all, which is
Mhm.
hilarious. We'll talk more about Captain Marvel next week, I think. We'll
Yeah, a
get
little
there.
bit. Yep.
But I think Shazam's such a fun character. I really love
Love it.
like the dichotomy between him and Billy and what does it mean to be a child hero and like occupying two bodies. There's some really interesting stories you can tell there. I think this one was really fun. Uh Shout out to what's his face?
Zach Callus.
The guardian angel tiger
Oh,
homeless dude.
Tawny.
Thank you.
Tawny the talking tiger.
Yeah, Tanya's great.
Who now I
Um,
think in current DC universe is is from the Philadelphia Zoo. which warms
Okay.
my heart.
Great for
I love
you.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I genuinely enjoyed this one. Again, my only problem with this short was they rebranded the seven deadly sins to the seven deadly enemies of man.
yeah.
For what? That's
Like
so many
it's the
more
same
words.
thing. Yeah, just say sin. It's
The
the same
same thing.
thing. You also
I was
are,
like,
and
is that a copyright thing? Like,
yeah.
is it trademarked? I have no idea.
Also, you already have a short with again, if you know the Spectre, the living embodiment of God's wrath, Judeo-Christian God's wrath within the DC universe. Just call it sin. Everyone gets it. There's sin within every
Yeah, we're
religion.
talking
Like
about
the
like
concept of sin.
capital G God.
Yeah,
Like, we can talk about sin.
yeah,
Anyways, but yeah, no, this is really fun. At one point, I was like, have we lost the plot? I have no idea what's going on. Cool fight sequences are happening, and that's all I've got. Um, but I still had a great time with it.
yeah. Yeah, I love Clark just being a reporter. We it's rare to see that.
I love when he's
Yeah,
just a reporter.
yeah. He literally was just like, I'm just hanging out in Fawcett City for a couple of days while I interview this little kid and buy him food because I'm Superman. I'm gonna buy him food, of course. And Billy just housing these pancakes, man. I love it so much. It's so cute, and just Billy. They captured Billy really well, and this is a pre New 52 Billy that we're dealing with. So he doesn't have like a little bit of edge that Billy nowadays has. Like Billy, not that he's like a piece of shit, but he's got a little bit of an attitude now, and post New 52, and well, I guess there's no Shazam in the new movie universe. Thanks, Zachary Levi, for fucking asshole. Um, I fucking hate that dude. You ruined Chuck, you piece of shit. Not Tangled. I still love that, but still, go fuck yourself.
I think he needs one of John Tavares's 5G amulets. I feel like he would be really into that. I feel like this is the second episode in a row I've brought that up. It has
Yep,
been top
it
of
is.
mind lately.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Um, but it's just so cool to see how nice Billy is. Like he says hi to the hooker, and he's like, "Oh, that dress looks," and like genuine, just be like, "That dress looks nice," and she's
Oh
like, "Oh,
yeah.
thank you." Like she's so warmed, like by this little boy just
Uh-huh.
being nice to him. Um, I do love that Adam, 5,000 years flying through space, and then sees this kid. He's like, "I'm gonna whoop your fucking
This
ass."
motherfucking kid.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're dead. I
Yeah,
have no problem killing a kid.
if I spent 5,000 years flying through space, I would also go a little insane, you know?
Right? Yeah. Also, the thought process is he doesn't stop, right? He just flies straight up 5,000 years
Right.
through space. Stop somewhere. Like, just chill on a planet somewhere.
Take
That,
a break, have some
yeah.
food, enjoy life,
Yeah.
explore the culture.
Also, then the concept of that as well, if you take in the greater DC universes, the Green Lanterns looking like, should we deal with that? That dude looks
Right.
angry, right? He's like,
Like,
nah,
not our
fuck it.
problem.
Not our problem. Yeah, not our problem. That is Sector 2814's problem when it comes time.
Right.
I don't think Hal's ready for that. Like, should we tell him now? He'll get it. Don't worry about it.
Nah,
They
he'll
got
get
Superman. We're
it.
fine. It's like, but one of our cops
They
is
got
there.
5,000 years to prepare.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. This is not going to be an issue right now. Don't worry about it. They definitely just watch this like angry ass Egyptian man just like I'm assuming scream just through space. Just
The whole time, he's
yeah,
just.
like the sun in Rick and Morty in that one planet, just like that sound just through space. Like there's some kid like look a shooting star, and you just hear just screaming. I do love that, and I wanted to address here. There's a few things I wanted to
Yeah.
touch upon because again we've talked about like the live action movies. Again, the whole point of this podcast is that DC movies can be good as long as they're animated. That's a joke at least.
Right.
But honestly, why did The Rock think it was a good idea to make a solo Black Adam movie? Like, sure, he is a very interesting character. He is, but not setting him up first in like a Shazam movie like this,
Mm-hmm.
you get nothing.
Right.
Like, show me that he's a badass character for like 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour, and then be like, yo, by the way, like near the end of the movie, like, yo, he's a tragic backstory. We gotta stop him. Don't get me wrong. And like maybe put him away like in the Rock of Solomon
Oh,
and
there's
some shit.
something interesting there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then be like, oh, you want to know my origin? And then that's a Black Adam movie. You know, like, oh shit, that was
Oh
really
yeah.
good movie, Rock. That's cool. Now you're out. Are you gonna be this anti-hero? It's like, I care about my country only. Like, all right, maybe we'll see you again in another movie. It's like, I'm not gonna be a dick about this. I hope you're not, Rock. But
Right.
like that did not happen. The Rock's like,
That would have been a great story.
yeah, I'm gonna make my own movie. Go fuck yourself. And here's Zachary Levi. Hey, can I get a role? No, no, get vaccinated, weirdo. God damn.
Get vaccinated.
Jesus Christ. It's flu season, people. At least that's where we're
Oh my god.
filming this.
Well, yeah, currently. My problem with the flu vaccine is I've got it the past 2 years, and every single time, like a month later, I get violently ill. And I'm like,
Mine's
am
is
I
like a
really
week.
helping anybody by getting this?
No.
I don't know.
It is a push and
We'll
pull.
see.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a push and pull. But yeah, if
I
you
don't really
can.
care for me. I care more about the people around me.
Exactly.
However, uh, get your vaccines because they also help the people around you.
Exactly. It's not for you. It's for them.
Yeah.
Um
Wear a mask if you have a cough or
Yeah.
even feeling slightly under the weather. Again, not for you. It's
Yeah.
basic fucking human decency, y'all.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Anyways,
Like, what's wrong with you?
what were
God
we
damn.
talking about?
I think we were talking about magic attacking Superman. That's the next thing, yeah.
Okay.
They always play up, and this is also again more recent in next week's episode. But like, oh my god, I know your big weakness, Superman, is magic. It's like it's just because like
Everybody is.
everyone is like, if you hit
Yeah.
Batman that hard, he ain't got. All right, Batman might have some random ass amulet for some goddamn reason because he's Batman, but still, it like you hit
He
the
got the
flat.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got the 5G. But if you hit Aquaman with that, he'd be like, fuck, that hurt. Like the same way that Superman's like, fuck, that hurt. Because it's how it is.
Because
Like
it hurts.
he doesn't have a magic shield. He's invulnerable to everything else. That fucking makes sense. Like, stop playing that up. It's so stupid. Yeah, and they just whoop his ass. I do love that. They just constantly whoop his ass. It's short, but I really enjoy it. And then yeah, it's Tawny just coming out. He's like, "Hey, thanks for that bus token." I'm like, "That's a valuable currency, depending on what city you're in." This is Fawcett City. This is not Philly, but if it's Philly, it's worth a pretty penny.
Bus here is like $2.75.
Damn, I thought we were expensive. We're $2.
Yeah.
But they want us to use like our phones now, or like a card.
Well, everybody under 18 rides free, which is cool.
Damn it, that's awesome. That would be so much. I'd say so much money in high school. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really awesome. We have like the light rail, and that's like $3.25, $3.50. But buses within, like, even if I take like the express bus like between cities, same crest.
God damn! See, you guys got it down over there.
Not bad. Public transit. Use your public transit, because the only way it gets better is the more people who use it, the more funding they get.
Yeah.
Use your public transit if it's at all possible. I know it's not accessible most places, but if it is, fucking use it.
Yeah. Also pay them, or I don't know.
I'd pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can.
They're about to go on strike in Philly, so I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. All right.
Who knows? But
respect strike lines. We don't cross.
Yeah, we don't cross them. No scabs.
Lines,
no scabs.
Right. No scabs here. But if you can respect your workers and support your local transit systems, please do.
And your libraries as well. Just do all that stuff.
We're on one.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're on our high horses today, man. Can't wait to see comments for this one.
Right.
All right, so that basically wraps up the movies right there. All really good. We'll get to that a little more in homeroom, but my favorite section, drama class. So I picked I got 2 quotes from 2 of the shorts.
Each.
Yeah, so I figured these are the ones that had the most memorable ones. We can start with Green Arrow. Uh, do you want to be Merlin or you want to be Ollie?
I'm gonna be Merlin. I'll also do
Okay.
the princess while I'm at it.
Okay.
So, Arrow, once again you've stumbled upon my stage and honed, I think is the line,
Oh
honed
yeah.
in on my act.
That's me, always hogging the limelight.
I seem to recall you lost our last duel. All 8 of our last duels. You lost?
Yeah, but I've been practicing a lot.
Okay,
God, I
Ollie.
love him. I love him. I like you. Merlin's like, nah, dude. He's like, I'm getting better. All right. Next we got Green Arrow and Princess Perdita. Do you want to be Arrow? You want
I'll
to be
do
Perdita?
Ollie this time,
Yeah.
yeah. The dragon almost got us.
You do realize I'm 10 and do not require fairy tale metaphors.
Sorry, it's my first time rescuing royalty.
It's a quite forgivable sin, Robin Hood.
You tell him, girl.
Yeah. I love Princess Perdita. I love that she comes back in Young Justice. It makes me so happy. God, I love her so
Rich
much.
ass Robin Hood lookalike motherfucker.
Yeah, call him out. Yeah, fuck him. Use that money for other stuff. Don't be a dick to your son.
Yeah. Right.
Even Young
Go on
Justice,
all of your
man.
children.
Even Young Justice, where he's like he's like a better dad in that one. Even Roy is like, you left me. He's like, fuck, I looked for you. Like, but then you were right there. He's like, you didn't even look. You suck.
He does that.
Got it. Yeah. And voiced by the amazing Alan Tudyk in those seasons. That's really fun. But all right, moving on. We got some quotes from Superman and Shazam.
You can take the first one in the first.
Okay, you want me to be Billy, and you be
Yeah.
Clark. Okay, and then we'll switch. I could be Superman and Black Adam, and then you be Captain Marvel.
I gave you the monologue. You're welcome.
Yeah. That's why you did it. I was like, all right. Be good and good will follow. That's what my parents always used to tell me. But you know, Mr. Kent, I was good before they were taken from me. I was good at the foster home. I was good about 15 minutes ago. I'm starting to think being good isn't good for me.
Seems that way sometimes, doesn't it? But that's why good is hard. Bad is always easy.
Exactly. Truth. Speak that truth, Clark.
You tell him, Clark.
All right, this is the big climactic fight. I'll be Superman and Black Adam. Easy there. You got him. It changes you, does it not? The power.
It only changes that I can choose my own fate now.
Like a god, maybe? That's enough.
No, I have to protect them
How? By being like him?
by being stronger than him.
Then be strong. Be good. Perfect. God damn it, Superman. So good. So good. All right. And then finally, let me pull up my notes. I'm not ready. Shit. Look at me. All right. Grab that. Actually, I'll open both ones. And there we go. Okay. So we have quiz time. Actually, it's a very simple, easy question.
Boy.
Softball one. Ooh, no, that's for next week. I have. This isn't Neil McDonough's first outing in the Arrowverse. Who else did Neil McDonough play?
Merlin in Arrow.
No.
What?
No, Merlin was played by John Barrowman, probably the one guy I would make out with.
Getting those those fucking white guys are the same faces to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, fuck.
and it doesn't help they also are then in Legends of Tomorrow as a team.
Okay. Oh, fuck. He's the other dude. I'll get there. I'll get there.
Close. I think it's what season. Say 3 comes in.
He also plays that one asshole on Lone Star. It's the other guy.
He's in that. Yeah, he's in Captain America as Dum Dum
Damien
Dugan.
Dark.
Yes, Damien Dark.
Okay.
Yes, that is
I
who
always
Neil
get those
McDonough
two
plays.
faces mixed up.
Complete opposite of Ali, and he does a great job as both. He really does a really amazing job. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
fun fact I learned about Neil McDonough. This is since we're talking about Arrowverse and stuff. Um, Neil McDonough never has like a love interest in movies. I mean, he might have back in the day, but now when he has a little more control or like creative control over like some of the roles he takes, he will not do that because he doesn't want to seem unfaithful to his wife in real life.
Okay. I was gonna say Arrow Ace King, but that's one way to look at it too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird thing, but it's also like he's very Irish Catholic, as you can tell from his name, his face, his features, and then the fact that he's got like 18 babies. So yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
Irish Catholic in there. So he's like, yeah, no. Listen, I know I'm an actor, but I don't do that, man. You gotta play. I gotta either be a villain or like someone who doesn't have a wife, or that wife is always dead.
Oh
If you
yeah,
notice,
we love dead wife syndrome.
yeah, yeah, because I think Riva is
Yeah.
dead in it.
Shout out to him for being an accidental Arrow Ace icon every time.
Yeah,
Good for him.
exactly. All right, and that takes us to homeroom. Sly, what are your final thoughts on these 4 films?
I am thrilled that this is the thing they did. I'm really excited for us to get to the Catwoman one that
Same.
I think is like a year one tie-in. I think
Oh,
that'll be great.
okay.
Um however, I am a little terrified to get into the um like 2019, 2021 era of shorts. We'll see how they hold up.
Mm,
Uh slash how good they are when we get there. But yeah, I think this is a brilliant property. I want more of these. I love that they took this comic run and turned it into um a really cool series of shorts. I think we need more fun interpretations of these like offshoot comic runs as really interesting um playing within the like medium and genre that they're being adapted to. Um yeah, I think that's all I got. They're really cool. These were fun and I love the concept. I would love to see honestly either of the like big two comics take their these sort of out of world like showcase type moments and do fun things with them
yeah,
in different mediums.
yeah. We always talk about how much animation is very important and key to like, especially I mean that's the whole point of our show, right? And
Yeah.
it's fun to explore these characters in an animation setting. I think um it's funny again doing our research and finding out there's more than just these 4. But it'd be really cool to see some things like this because obviously I think I think our next season, if I'm correct, or soon is going to be when we start getting to like really full length feature like episodes where they're the movies that we're watching are going to be hour and a half or longer. I know there are some. I mean, Watchmen, God forbid, part 2 is about to be out soon. That's going to be a long one, things like that. And when you have something like, I think our longest one so far is like Dark Knight Returns, which makes sense. Um,
Mhm.
that they really,
Well, that was
really
part 1 and 2.
exactly, and they took
Yeah.
time to adapt that in a way that was really faithful to that comic and things like that. But like for like next week's episode, that's an hour long, movie, and that's fine too. But I'd be really cool to see DC play around with this 20-minute ish time frame of what we get. At the most 20, but at the least like 13 minutes. Just give me a character. Oh my god, like Again, I haven't seen other than like I know we get a Commandy one, a Catwoman one, and maybe a Metamorpho one. I mean, it'd be cool if there's like a Plastic Man one. I mean, hell, you could do like one of the Green Lanterns. Just do like give me a 15 minutes with Guy Gardner. See like what that's like. Do a short story about that. I would love to see more of these.
I do have the list of ones if you want to hear them. If you want to keep it a surprise, we can.
No, no, no. Let's tee it up because it's a teaser for the bonus episodes.
Yeah. So bonus episodes, I'm looking at potentially how we're breaking it up. The part 2 will be Catwoman, Sergeant Rock, Death, the Phantom Stranger, and Adam Strange.
Ooh, yeah.
And then part 3 will cover Commandy, the Lost Boy on Earth, The Losers, Blue Beetle, and Constantine, the House of Mystery.
Yeah, let's go. Oh hell yeah, man. Oh, I didn't know Constantine counts as one of them. That's pretty cool because I know it's our beloved Matt Ryan as Constantine in that one. So that's gonna be really fun. Very interesting that we get the losers, especially since there was a feature length movie for the losers. So it's gonna be interesting to see an animated version of this. Like if it's gonna be close to the comics compared to the Chris Evans movie we got. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. So I agree though. I think these movies are great. I would like to see more past like these next two iterations that we're going to be going down the line. Um, if I had to do a loose ranking of these, just looking, I think again Green Arrow would probably be one, Superman Shazam two, Spectre three, and Jonah Hex four. That'd be my personal.
Interesting. How would I rank these? I would probably go. Damn. I'm so bad at ranking things. We recently did a thing where we had to rank a bunch of things, and the entire time, I guess we can talk about it now because this will
Yeah.
air way after the fact. But the entire time I was like, damn, indie games are so good, y'all.
God, I was struggling.
Struggling.
I was struggling. And then I had to remember some of them. Thank God you put the trailers back in because I was like, seven, like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think I would do Superman Shazam, Green Arrow, Spectre. I don't want to put Jonah Hex last, but it was last in the thing, so it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's
last
funny.
in,
Like it's
first out.
last, but that doesn't mean it's a bad. Like it's good. It's
It's
just
not
compared
bad
to the
by
other
any
ones.
means. Yeah.
If I had to
Mhm.
rank them, yeah, it's gonna be dead last. But only because the other ones just do something even small enough that I'm like, oh my god, that was even more amazing than what I just saw. But that's where I
I
land on
might
that.
flip Spectre and Jonah Hex.
Yeah, it depends on the
If you
day.
ask me
Yeah,
tomorrow, who knows? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. But yeah, that is our episode about DC Showcase episode or section one. We're going to be doing two more as bonus episodes down the line. Your homework for next week is one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite storylines, Superman and Batman: Public Enemies. That is actually hopefully still streaming on Tubi as this episode airs. Um, all right, and that's it. Class is
Very
dismissed.
excited.